Hi Pisces, I'm Anisha. To know more about my work, you may visit my website www.tarotbyanisha.com. For those of you who are seeking deeper clarity, be it in your love lives or your career, for a personal consultation, you may write to me at tarotbyanisha@gmail.com. Do remember to like and subscribe my videos. I'll greatly appreciate it. Pisces, we begin the month with Venus, and she's retrograde in a part of your chart that is all about money and self-worth, and she's retrograde till about 16th. However, she's retrograde here for a couple of days with Sun and Uranus, and later on it moves into your own house of self. So Venus is going to be making you rethink about how the earned income. A lot of focus is there on money. A lot of conversations around money, how money needs to be spent, how it needs to be earned, and there could also be this sense of self-worth around it. You could almost be feeling quite defensive about the money that you're earning, or there's a lot of concern as well. How else is it that you can supplement your income over here? Down the week, we have Venus retrograde that's moving into your house of self, and we already have your ruling planet Neptune that's sitting there in its all glory. So they could be that you could be not looking at certain situations in your life very clearly, and specifically it may have to do with relationships, it may have to do with money, and because it's a house of self, it could be that you could be asking, what is it that I really want out of a relationship, and what is it that I really, or how much is it really that I should be earning, or how much is it that I should be or how it is that I should be supplementing my income. And because Neptune is there, it can almost be that you could be feeling quite sorry for yourself. There's a sense of feeling quite victimized and feeling that, I've got a raw deal in life. For some of you, it may be true, but for some of you, it can also be a kind of re-looking at things and seeing, okay, how is it that I can make it better? On the 10th, we have Mercury that is retrograde till about 5th of May, and it is there in your house of communication, sibling, and travel. So there is already Mars over here. So try and sort of watch your speech, especially when you're dealing with other people. Try and be careful with negotiations. Try and be careful with your travel plans around this time, and ensure that you're not buying any heavy ticket items, especially electronics, and also ensure that your data is, your computer data is backed up, because during a retrograde it's normally found that when we've just finished buying something, that the product is maybe available at half the price of what we had bought, or it's just not working, especially in the case of electronics. For those of you who simply must buy, please ensure that you have your receipts and your warranties in place. On the 11th, we have a full moon that is there in your house of joint finances, sexuality, and intimacy, and it speaks about some amount of power struggle, and there is a realization, I think, that will come to you that rather than sort of challenging your partner and saying, this is what you bring to the table and this is what I bring, maybe a lot of encouragement and support is required, or that is the direction in which you should be taking the conversation in, wherein that you're encouraging your partner to sort of add more value to, maybe as far as finances are concerned. On the 16th, we have Venus that goes direct, and it's a great time to be going ahead, and it's a great time to be going ahead and doing the shopping, and maybe going in for that makeover, getting that lovely haircut, and shopping to your heart's desire. On the 20th, we have Sun that moves into this house of travel, communication, and sibling, and it does seem to be a time wherein either a sibling needs some advice, or you could be asked to step in, or you're looked upon as a mediator. This is also an opportunity for you to be, even though Mercury is retrograde, it's a time to be, if you have been rethinking or retweaking on a project, maybe it's a good time to be having that conversation now. Do ensure that it's not a fresh conversation that is being asked of you, or you need to be initiating that. On the 22nd, we have Mars that is there in your house of home, and we need to keep in mind that Mercury is still retrograde during this time, and Mars can bring about a lot of restlessness, it can bring about a lot of aggression, and there could be almost this need to take an action in order to be doing something. Now, whether it has to do with buying or leasing of a house, or whether it has to do with maybe a staff situation at home, you may feel, there's maybe too much of coming in and going out, too much of movement happening at your home, and it may also have to do with your house guests. Mars in your house of home could bring about a lot of, besides a lot of restlessness, a need to be taking action and doing something about the situation. In all situations, try and keep aggression at home. Assertiveness is fine, but do try and not do things in a very rash, whether it is buying of a house or going and paying somebody, or maybe even if it has to do about taking a decision regarding your home situation. On the 26th, we have a new moon that is there in your house again of higher mind, spirituality, and your sibling, and some amount of travel. So this house is really lit up for you this month, Pisces, and a lot of conversations, a lot of interesting, mentally stimulating conversations could be held, and you could be feeling really alive mentally, and you could be feeling quite mentally challenged as well. You could be coming out with solutions, with ideas, with thoughts, and you could be offering solutions as well. There is some amount of travel that is indicated towards the end of the month as well, and again some little bit of focus is there on your siblings. Maybe a sibling requires some help and advice, or maybe it could be that you are feeling maybe a little bit more responsible for your sibling, or you could be leaning on your sibling for some advice. It's been a pleasure speaking with you, Pisces. I'll see you again soon, and thank you so much for watching.